Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Sunday. I am All-Star Punk 99, ChaosZake behind the controls, and Syrup should be joining us shortly. I believe he's having some weekend accessibility technical difficulties, and that brings me to my next point this evening on our MCOM Rush, where we're going to be seeing Austria versus, South Africa. We've actually got a issue with our betting today. So because of the exchange rate between two countries, we couldn't decide on how many battle coins to actually be getting, so we decided to turn it off. But no, in all seriousness, it is a technical difficulty, and we're really sorry about that because I was really looking forward to bet, as I usually do. So we do hope you bear with us, and we hope it doesn't prevent you from enjoying your evening today and checking out our Rush MCOMFEST, which is really exciting for me. I think it's a game mode that I've been looking forward to for a very, very long time. And it should be much more fast paced than some other game modes and a lot more interesting in a lot of ways. There are going to be some rules I would like to go over today, if that's okay, if you're new to the MCOMFEST. One thing that kind of sticks out in terms of weapon usage. We don't expect to see any of the MCOM artillery being used because that is actually against the rules. I'll go on to the map pool next, which is Amiens, Argonne Forest, St. Quentin, Ballroom Blitz, and Foul Fortress. Not that we're going to be playing all of the maps because today we'll be playing on one map, and that's actually 2 rounds. Okay, so we expect our game length to last about an hour. That's kind of about how long it usually lasts. Weapon restrictions: auto revolver, obviously. Shotgun, all variants. Automatico, all variants, obviously. Auto loading, 8.35 marksman. Bar telescopic, Martini Henry, and all paid DLC weapons. So we'll be keeping an eye out for that, as well as the competitors, which will self-report. They know the rules. I hope they're aware of them. In terms of gadgets, we're looking at anti-tank grenades, dynamite, rifle grenades, heavy, high explosive, and frag. Crossbow launcher, all variants. Flare gun, spot, tripwire, all variants, and mortar, all variants. Now, if you had noticed, with the rifle grenade, there is an opportunity to use the smoke, which is actually very interesting. I hope we get to see some of that. Gas, impact, and incendiary are the 3 standard grenade types that are banned. Class restrictions: max 3 of assault, medic, and support, and a max 2 of scouts. I mean, I'm not going to go through everything. I mean, that's the main stuff most people tend to be interested in. Vehicle restrictions: max is 1 light tank per team, no other tanks allowed, and 1 tank only at any given time per team, right? So as you can see here on these amazing overlays here that we've got with actually scrolling effects as well, we're in a tournament here. 19% of the matches played. I love that new live tournament powered by Tournament. You've got our Discord information, and we can see that Group Stage C, France with 10 points, Belgium with 5, UK with 10, Ireland with 0. Today we're going to be playing with, and of course the tournament is organized by BFNations. We're in Group D, and it's South Africa and Austria, and we're starting at 7 p.m. It should be, I believe, 5 p.m. on there. Maybe I'm reading this incorrectly. I apologize. This time zone is... Yeah, this is not a GMT time zone. Apologies. I'm sorry. Quite a few details I should have been clued up. What a shame on me. So, as I said before, we're looking for Syrup. He should be with us shortly this weekend to commence. Next match is at 21, which is GMT +1, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So that will be actually 8 GMT, which is 9 GMT +1, which will be European time. So hello to everybody in the... so looking at... we've got our 7:03. It's UTC +2. Apologies, because obviously with Finland we have a +2. They're all the way out there in very far Eastern Europe. May as well be Russia at this point, right? Yeah, it'll be an interesting match. Very fast paced. I hear good things about everything that went down yesterday. Unfortunately, I wasn't there to view them myself. IRL got in the way, as it sometimes does. So hopefully Serb joins us soon, and I won't just be here talking to myself for about an hour. But we might have Chaos come in. We'll see.
Yeah, we're just waiting technically one last player of the show, and that's actually Mr. Callaway, the ambassador and team leader for Austria. And I just heard that he has run out of his PlayStation Plus subscription there, so that's what the delay is about today.
Yeah, sometimes you've got to invest a bit more than your time to play with BFNations, but it's not something that most of us already pay for anyway. I actually had my PlayStation subscription run out not too long ago, probably about 2 weeks, and I took advantage of that 2 days they offer for free, 48 hours before I actually paid for it 2 days later. So it's nice to have that. But these things happen. I mean, we're only human, and we're not going to ban him for life. Don't worry. The match is still going forward. Indeed. I mean, we could, right? No, or could we?
I think that would be quite harsh to ban.
It would be. From that. Of course it would be. It's like, ban hammered. No. We want to see the match go forward as much as everybody else does. So, no, I don't think we're going to say that. No, okay, how dare you? But don't doubt Chaos's power as well at the same time. Everything is actually quite reviewed, even with the rules. So if I pull anything out and say, oh, well, this is baloney, they shouldn't be using that weapon, that doesn't mean that that's going to be instantly be actioned. These things need to be recorded and reported by the opposing team, unless obviously a team wants to self-report that they broke a rule, which surprisingly can happen. Very good sportsmanship in our BFNations community. So yeah, it's everything's very thorough and fair, as far as I feel, So we would, and of course, with the difference in the distance between the countries, we're going to see some interesting latency issues today, but that's never stopped us before. So hopefully we'll have our final player joining very shortly. But I have to say, these beautiful, beautiful overlays right now are really, really nice. So it's very nice to see them as well. Almost as nice as watching the stream, to be honest, when we go live. Terry,
thanks
81.
For the subscription, Poppy One Mountain.
Poppy One Mountain subscribing. Look at that, $4.99. That's amazing. How generous. Now you got to beat the king of top cheer. Come on.
Yeah. And thanks for the follows. News.
Yes, News 3003. So we've got about 1,000 years to look forward to. What happens in 3003 News? Tell us, please. I'm scared. No, puppy, I can't afford $4.99. I'm sorry. Actually, I think I was subscribed, and I don't know what happened. Okay, I don't remember. I haven't looked into it.
We are about to get this started.
Yes. Start at 6. Yeah, we were starting now, actually. Again, we had an issue with somebody who had a PSN ID subscription. So they're either sorting out their 2-day free trial, or they're just hopping through the menus real quick and buying.
I don't think you're able to get the 2-day trial for PlayStation Plus if you have purchased a PlayStation Plus subscription beforehand.
I'm not sure I could do it. I know I had a PlayStation Plus subscription beforehand, and I was offered the 2-day free trial as well. But there might be, who knows?
Did you purchase the subscription from the store, or did you buy it from
I don't recall.
And enter the code?
I do not recall. I probably did auto-enroll, resubscribe through PlayStation Network. That's what I tend to do. But it's been that long that I've been using it that it's so hard to say. It was just one of those, oh man, I want to play straight away. And the quickest option at that point was the 2 days, and I just did that, and then next 2 days later I bought it. But good evening, Bobby Abe. How are you? The start of the game is now, as you can see. We're looking for one more player to join us. They had an issue. Yeah, so we should be ready to go.
There was 8 players from both sides, but
yeah,
I don't know. he just leave?
There were 8 players. But they just had a disconnection. You have to appreciate that there's 16 different people connecting from 16 different locations across the whole entire world to play right now, and this is all on the rented servers. And everybody, there's so many complex things that are going on in terms of IT here. So we do have dropouts sometimes, but as you can see, we're back on 16. So we're ready to go on Amiens.
Yes, we are. So yes, match is about to start in 20 seconds. And again, really sorry that you're not able to be betting on today for your winners. But at least you're still earning coins for the next match to bet on, so you won't be losing them.
Yeah, we'll be earning coins, so that's fine. And I have just chucked in there how many coins I have because I would have loved to bet. But that's okay. And we're ready to go. Wow, and things are picking up really quick right now. South Africa moving in really tight formation. Straight line, splitting up. Austria a bit more spread out. Looks like they're going to be very more surgical with their approach. South Africa here needing to defend, and that's their main goal. We've got a light tank already assaulting their building their butters, trying to break through any wall cover they have so they can take care of any soft target infantry in there. Looks like we have good movement here from Hate for You, running the marksman, Subslatter.
Yeah,
opportunity
so
here.
To look at the scoreboard for the latencies, and it definitely is quite of an advantage for the Austrian side, since they are definitely a lot closer to the servers than the South Africans are. But we do have the lenient latency on the settings, so it's not giving that much of an advantage for Austria, but definitely it shows up in the numbers. And we also noticed that Austria is again only at 7 players, so just at the round started they lost a player, so that is interesting indeed.
Yeah, Austria's down another player, and this happened just before a moment ago. But there looks like they're back to 8 on 8, and yes. That was very quick. Must have been a different player that left. Hal Regal here with Clinus. He's against 2 people, and South Africa. We've got a kill there from Repinks. Repinks actually has 2 right now. He's got 1 with his primary, didn't catch there, and then a secondary pistol kill. Very good on him. The light tank's still alive, and Austria's trying to make progress onto those MCOMs as quickly as they can. Okay, looks like we've got an arming at Butters right now. Too much for you. Taking stand by his teammate. We've switched over to the light tank now. He's staying in a very safe, distant position, just trying to be more of a supporting role than it looks like an assaulting role, and it looks like the tank's actually taken down right there.
Just say that the first sector is really in favor for the attackers, since they have the tank and the defenders do not on the first sector. So, but they have just taken it out, so we'll see how much of an advantage they are able to be taking out of it.
Yeah, it looks like a 3v4 situation right now at Butters. We had a lot of people on the train tracks from the Austrian side, and South Africa's going to have a difficult time, I think, getting to that MCOM. And it's already taken out, actually, and Apples is still left, and Austria might be moving forward very quickly to the final MCOM telegraphs, if this is what to be expected in the next sectors. Let's see how South Africa does at Apples now. Got to add Maggots and MGs killed there with the support class. Quite common to see now. Marksman getting some heals in. Austria very, very quick and surgical with their approach, even though South Africa had a very good unified defensive front there at the beginning. And we've got the second MCOM down, and it looks like we're going to be moving on to the next sector for Austria. We do have to bear in mind the latency is going to have a drastic impact on performance for individual players, with Austria having a much more advantageous latency here on round 1 of Amiens.
Yes. The South African side did agree playing on this server for the belt rounds, so...
Yes, Contender has a host advantage. They get to choose, essentially they get to choose how and what server we host. South Africa with good positioning here in the light covered areas. They don't have any ceilings over them, but they got nice walls they can cover behind. This is where things are going to get more interesting in close quarters, less open much more favorable for the defensive team. Rob riding wood for RSA, pushing in through the alley with the light tank, which is really nice to see. Nice tight close quarters area for him that can get him a lot of kills, but he's going to have to be careful. He's not going to be able to see people come around the corners to attack him. And then we've got a deep flank there from Austria, and Pepsi, who I was just commenting about, gets taken out, so Austria loses a very nice flanking spawn point there.
Yeah, I think we've seen Rob riding with using tank earlier on the clan divisions, and he definitely is a beast with that thing. So I'm not surprised with their choice for the tanker.
Yeah, he looks really confident. He's putting himself in situations where he can do a lot of damage, but you have to have a lot of skill defensively as a tanker to get into such close quarters areas, and feel confident that you have a good team and you're a good tanker yourself to be able to avoid it getting taken out. Oh, and a knife kill! Look at that from the South Africans right outside of Alpha.
Reppin as a scout player, going for that knife kill.
Yeah, very nice. And it looks like Pepsi's going to be arming at Butters, and he's got support from Klein C, 1978. Rob Ridingwood going to push in through blue doors, see if he can do some damage here. Oh, Pepsi's low. He's going to get low limits coming in from behind. No limits comes in and helps support on the kill. No limits going straight for the MCOM, not watching that corner. Klein C with a very good position there defensively, and I don't think Rob Ridingwood can get to him.
Trying to get him out of there, but I don't think his explosive splash damage is quite touching Klein C there. But I think they got the defuse there.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get in there real quick and real good, and they've got some smoke as well. But Austria coming in from behind. Are they going to be able to counter that? Yes.
They got the defuse,
and Apples.
Another place armed.
No, and Apples is armed, and let's see if Butters is going to get armed. Oh, it's so fast paced, and with the buildings in the way, it's almost be nice to have two cameras in a split screen. Well, there are technical limitations, obviously, and we're only working with what we have. Mr. Tequila being very confident with his push forward to Apples. Great job taking down. Who can I see there? Too much for you. Clearly not too much for Mr. Tequila. Overwatch at Apples as it is today on Rush. Normally Overwatch for Charles on T12. Ooh, Rob Riding Hood putting himself in a Riding Woods. Oh, excuse me, no words.
Idastra.
Adastra. Is that an advert for a Vauxhall Astra?
No idea.
Or an Opel Astra. That's a very nice position to be in with a light tanker, especially if there's people in Overwatch. You can splash damage in through that window and get mad kills. But South Africa playing it very smart, staying in that beautiful middle ground between Apples and Butter, where they've got that nice building they can go through and come out into the alleyway and flank in. And then light anti-tank grenade being run there by that assault.
Third time they've armed B on this sector, and I think they finally got it.
This might be a... Yeah, that's it. You're right, 100%. That's going to be 3 for Austria. And South Africa is going to really need to stem the flow and pacing of Austria right now. They're going to have to focus all their players back to Apples and make sure they can, hold them back. I think they need more people on that back street to watch out for the flanks, because Austria's been very good at getting in there for those flanks.
Yeah, the sector we've definitely seen cute diffuses by the South African side. And, well, based on the matches earlier on this MCOMFEST, we've seen diffusers aren't really that often compared to how many plants they actually do.
Yeah, I think plants are arms are much more common than you'll see diffuses, but it looks like South Africa's not letting anything in their way, and they're very courageous with their approach, going for those diffuses and not wasting any time. And even when they did get that diffuse on Butters, they didn't let Apples get captured straight away, which is what can happen quite often. Austria there, the back ruins, looking to push in through blue doors and around from the side. Probably trying to get people behind Apples through mid to flank, but not having too much luck with that. Pepsi pushing in. He's got 2 enemies. Want to get in the res. It looks the res got away, and the medic got taken down. That's a double for him. A triple, actually. That's a triple feed for him there with the Hellriegel.
Yes. Pepsi was, I think, originally not supposed to be playing on this today's match. I hear that he has some injury on his thumb, so I think he was the last minute player to join in as a replacement for ChaosZake, I think. So.
Wow, well, with an injury and getting a triple feed, I can only imagine he'd get a quad or a 5 or a 6 feed with he was not injured. So condolences and get well soon, brother. Pepsi is always a refreshing beverage to partake in. Sponsorship, Pepsi. No, not healthy. Carpexi had an opportunity coming in through the smoke. No luck. Gets shut down by Stangvel69. Too much for you. Oh, he was looking to get the reload in and the auto-loading, and he had no chance. 2 enemies coming out and taking him down real quick. Hate for you, chucking in some smoke on apples. Let's see if Austria comes in for the plant here. I have to get this armed with that smoke there. Clancy really wanting some health right now, just laying down and trying to get some shots in with his AT rocket. Not having too much luck. Great performance there from Clown, 2404. And then another kill from RSA. 3 kills from Austria. That light tank coming in from behind, devastating right now.
Yeah, it definitely is giving the Austria the chance to push here for the MCOM now with the tank. Although they are in tank
BFNations
battle,
Austria
so.
official. Hey guys in chat. Hey man. Nice to see you. Very good to see you representing in the chat. Sorry to cut you off there, Chaos.
Yes, so basically Austria's tank sacrificed himself in order to let the team to go for the plant. We'll see if the Royal Namlitz is able to do a sneaky defuse into smoke, and no, he wasn't.
No, Royal No Limits didn't have very much luck there, and you're right, he did go in for the sacrifice, trying to get an opening for his infantry to get in and get the arm, which was successful. Now let's see if Ridingwood responds by pushing forward and being more aggressive, because that's what he needs to do now to offer the infantry an opportunity to get the defuse.
Tequila almost.
Nope. Oh
no
dear.
Defuse.
No defuse. Wow, this is this could be where things change completely, and it's gone, and it's 4-0. South Africa is going to have another defensive line to set up, and it looks like Ridingwood has actually been disabled. Let's see if he's got a quick repair still left, and some anti-tank mines being put down in Pepsi just for good measure. Maybe try to use them on the infi. We'll see. And you see people go South Africa from Life is Trippy 69, getting some support there right now. They are 4-0. Obviously, they have latency to contend with, and it's not going to be a difficult approach for them, either defensively or offensively. Now you can see this is a much different MCOM positioning here on the 3rd sector here I'm in, because Alpha and Butters are not very parallel. They're one behind the other. So we've got to watch out for those flanks.
Placement of the MCOMs is random anyway, technically, for each sector.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yes. So all this, I think all of the sectors have 3, maybe some of them may have 4 different options where the MCOMs can spawn in. But I don't know how many of different kind of variations they can have, but they definitely do change around. For example, in some of the matches we've seen on its MCOMFEST, the A point would have been the same place where it actually is, and the B MCOM would have been close to here where HU is actually now. So yes, the MCOM places do change based on whatever. I don't think there's any way to control it, but
determine
that's
that,
just how that's how it just works in the game. And I think we just got a diffused, no, not diffused, exploded.
Now we got destruction. Yeah, they spawned it. Austria moved in with 2 players for the flank. Well, that must be a difficult obstacle to overcome, or a difficult fact to overcome, where the NCOMs do actually, to some degree, spawn based on either a short list or a predetermined set of criterion, which may not be completely random, but there's actually, like you said, there's no way to determine exactly maybe where they're going to show up.
Yes.
But Austria's got Butters as well now. They've just steamrolled through this sector. I highly doubt that. Oh, maybe South Africa's going to get defused here.
Yes,
they've got 2 Austrians coming from behind. Yeah, they've got it. Very good. You never know. You never know. Somebody could wang that perfect grenade over the buildings and take out everybody. Doubtful, but this is Battlefield and only in Battlefield. But yeah, luckily they did get the defuse.
So this is definitely an interesting point, this B. There's technically only 3 ways for you to enter this area. So it should be relatively easy to defend and quite hard to attack. So as you can see here, South Africa is basically covering one entrance with a tank and the rest of them are covered by infantry. So we'll see if Austria is able to break their lines of defense here.
Yeah, South Africa's got 2 players watching those blue doors that coming from normally where Charles would be on T12.
While the tank is gone.
Yeah, and Nate for you with the bar getting a nice kill there. Anti-tank kill. Look, it's like Pepsi took out the tank and even took out another Infi with that shot, if I'm mistaken. And then we see the Gasser revolver, one of the slowest slowest reloading pistols, if not the slowest reloading pistol in the game. Oh my god, back reach from Clancy here. Gets the double. Wow, and we've got another arm happening at Butters. Yeah. MCOM armed at Butters. Austria with a good defensive line right now. South Africa, though, with a strong offensive force, though, mustering their strength here at the end of the alleyway. They can get a nice push into there and get the defuse, especially with Riding Wood coming in to support. He needs to be more aggressive, unlike the last sector, and get in there, take out those soft targets, and let the infantry come in and do their job and defuse. Or better yet, jump out of the tank and defuse themselves.
They really need to run for it if they want to do it.
Looks like Mr. Tequila is ready to
we'll see.
Go beyond and see.
This is close.
Try to defeat the impossible. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh my lord! Wow. And that's why you never give up. And it's just an excellent example of perseverance.
Yeah.
Wow. That's hats off.
You know,
you can really see South Africa's passion here.
It doesn't matter how close of zero it is about to explode, you can still start the defuse and manage to do it. So the bomb is waiting. If there's a diffuser, it won't go on to his hands, so to say.
That's right. It's a good mechanic. I think they should stick to, because even if it's a 1/10 of a second, just like we had in the Winter Olympics now, a 1/10 of a second can be the difference between gold and silver. So, oh, boom, look at that. Another defuse right after an arm. Multiple casualties from the South Africans in the alleyway from Ad Astra with the light tank. Riding Wood gone, waiting to spawn back into a light tank. Ooh. Wow. Oh, my lord. I would love to be in that light tank. Oh, my god, an anti-tank mine as well.
And he got 2 infantry with it, too, with the tank.
That's
that
no
was
limits.
Quite nicely.
Very happy with himself. Yeah, that must have been very satisfying. It was satisfying to watch. I can only imagine what it was like to perform. Another plant from Austria. Here we go. Oh my god, is that Iron Man? Downey Jr.? What? Robert Downey Jr. Or I didn't get to catch his full name there. AT rocket spam going down the alley here. I think this is going to be the final Austrian arm. And a deuce. Yeah, I think they're going to get this one. I don't see I don't see South Africa getting the defuse here. Just looking at the minimap and our current first-person view, and considering how much time must be left on that MCOM right now. Only a few seconds left, and they're just too far away.
Yeah. No, not this time.
Not this time. And we're moving on to the next sector with Austria with, I believe, 6 points now to South Africa's 0. South Africa's doing an amazing job, though, really putting it to Austria in terms of having to deal with that latency and just not giving up and persevering.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard job for the defenders to win a sector. And in the rush, technically, each of the sector is a reset of the match, so to say. So the tickets go all the way back to 75 and the timer goes back all the way to 10 minutes. So yeah, it's a
there's a lot more pressure on the defenders, I think. Yeah.
Yes. It's harder to win a sector with as a defender than it is with the attacker.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, I cannot say this for all the matches I've commentated. This is definitely one of the most impressive performances by a defending team, which has to contend with such latency. They've done a really, really good job on this first round here, and I'm in. Oh boy, spamming away with that marksman.
Just barely managed to jump away from the grenade.
Yeah, and a lot of forces coming in from South Africa, from Apples to Butters now. He's going to get pinched very tightly between those 2 points right now, and he's going to have to keep working in that blue door tunnel to have some cover and still engage targets safely enough. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's moving away from the Overwatch at Apple's point here. Excuse me, Butters' point here. Almost got shot through the window. Oh, and peeking and gets taken out with the Hellriegel. Oh boy, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Can he survive? Taken down. That's right, Mr. Downey Jr. with the bar for Austria. Gets taken down now by Tackleberry, and then Hate for You, Too Much. A lot of action going on in the kill feed. And it looks like there was almost an arm and a defuse on Butters, or was it a full arm? I didn't even notice. It was just too much
action. It was armed, and now it was defused afterwards. So.
Okay, so it was a full arm with a defuse. I was just paying attention to all the action that I missed. Yes, I'm sorry there, Marcel. We're not running a betting contest today due to some technical difficulties. You are still gathering coins, though, from watching, so don't worry. You won't be missing out on that, and you can put them towards the next match where we should have betting enabled for you, hopefully. Carpexy struggling with the window, pulling the club out and only breaking half of it. I hate when that happens. The struggle is real with the windows. And also trying to get up top there, one of the Austrian players with no luck.
So I wasn't paying too much attention, but Africans managed to the defuse A, but B is planted now.
Yeah, they had a good strength of 3 men there. Trying to deal with Hate for You, who's overwatching from the building. It looks like we could get a defuse here from Clown. Oh no, he's still got one more to contend with. Can he take him out? No luck, and is gone. That's 7 to Austria at this point now. And
managed to stall him enough, not be able to reach the MCOM and try to do the defuse.
Yeah, Tackleberry being most of the team needs to shift over to Apples. This isn't going to be an easy attack. I think it's very strong defensive MCOM, especially with the Overwatch and the shops below for cover. They should be able to defend this if they position themselves well. Very easily, even with the latency against them. Let's see what happens. Nice to have overhead view and we get a good idea of the positioning of all the players. Blueberries versus strawberries, if you want to call it that, whatever you like. It's nice to have tabletop view sometimes. Haven't seen a light tank in a little while. Let's see if we do. Ooh, might get some debris kills there.
I'm quite sure that this is one of the sectors where the defenders don't have a tank either. But I might be wrong.
There's that many variables that it's sometimes difficult to remember exactly, but it's funny you say that, because just as I said that about the light tanks, I'm thinking, wow, I bet you this is one of the ones where you don't get a light tank on one or the other side. Which is, you know, if one side gets one and the other doesn't, that's another thing you have to deal with, and don't be sure that the team that has the tank will take advantage of it. No mercy. Lots of debris coming down, but AT rockets coming back from the South Africans, just saying, no, we have AT rockets too. Good revives there by Austria on the train tracks.
It's relatively good defensive positions from the South Africans. They don't need to shell themselves, they just need to be present for the plant. They don't need to be easy targets for AD grenades, or not AD grenades, rocket launchers. What are those? Rocket guns.
Yeah, sure. AT rockets and AT rockets and grenades, and they can just sit in cover essentially and watch all the flanks. They've got buildings for both areas. Especially we were just looking from that AT rocket first person. That building is great because it can overwatch to the flank from the alleyways in the back, and it can watch onto the main road as well. And the MCOM, you can literally just lay down in the overwatch and just aim straight at it. So if this is an opportunity for South Africa to finally shut down Austria. With a 6-point lead. I won't be surprised, though, if the South Africans decimate in the next, when we switch sides. It's very possible.
Yes.
Latency is not the be-all and end-all.
26 tickets left for the Austrians to destroy A. So they have already run out of 2/3 of their tickets on this sector. So we'll see if they'll be able to do it.
I'm really got my fingers crossed for South Africa. I want to see a win from them, and I think that will just make them even more motivated and get the momentum and passion coming out of them. And I think the next round on is going to be phenomenal. I mean, look at this. Practically the whole entire Austrian team spawning outside of the deployment, in their deployment area. And just thinking, right, what are we going to do here? How are we going to approach this? You know, even South Africans have a player. Look at this 1v1 flank that's going to happen at the back right now. If you look on the tabletop, how is this going to end? Austria's not going to get that flank, I don't think. Got to... Wow, tense times. And Austria's getting close, but not quite there. 2 people left in Overwatch at Apples. Oh, okay, and the South Africans prevent the flanking spawn point in the back from getting in. And we got a few people pushing in onto Apples from the Overwatch there, as you can see, to help support. Oh, it looks like a really strong push. Yeah, they regrouped. Ooh, I don't know. They've got spawns coming in. It's going to be... Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be really close now. They've got the plant. Oh, dear, with 19 tickets left. I really didn't want to see it go this way, to be honest. Yeah, I think they've got this because they've just taken over the strongest defensive position as an offensive attacking team, so it's going to be very difficult for South Africa to counter that.
Yes, they're definitely... They are not letting anyone to get close to the... Well, they're... Yeah, and if they get
that was close, but just ran right into a hail of bullets.
Three enemies.
Triple crossfire, just down in a second, and it's 7 for Austria. Wow, that was wow. Yeah, Austria did an amazing thing there. They just stepped back for a moment, had a little think, and then pushed in together and did a great job. So hats off to them.
They stalled a bit after their spawn and made sure that they had 3 different encounters going on at the same time. So we had the guy flanking from their right side, and we also had one guy taking off sort of a flank from their left, and then having the strong push in the middle with the 3 infantry there. So basically they made it so that they all had a encounter going with the enemy at the same time. So basically that made it harder for South Africans to really know which one to focus on, which is the actual real push for the MCOM.
Which is the real push. That's right. They spread out their offense in such a perfect way that it was really good. Yeah, broke up with their team as well as they could. Pepsi being very clever here, destroying the walls so they can get access very easily to the large ballroom here. I like to call it the ballroom. I'm sure it has a name. Anyone that can highlight that for us would be very grateful. I'm sure somebody in BFNations already knows. I'm just ignorant scrub. I should know that, to be honest. It looks like Downey Jr. in with his bar. Ooh, anti-tank grenade, 21 damage. Light anti-tank grenade, to be exact. But staying calm under pressure, waiting for his health to come back, not rushing in. And taken out by Hellregal, though. Oh my lord, Tackleberry there. No limits. Tequila. Look at that kill feed light up with Hellregal kills and a headshot even
limpet?
From Pepsi. Yeah, I think that was a limpet.
Yeah, I think he tried to throw it over the fence, but I think it got stuck in the tree.
Yeah, it's just, you know, that it happens. It happens. And we've got a question from Austria official saying, shouldn't it be 8 points for Austria? Ha ha ha. Haha from Vicvu.
Yes,
Rush defense.
It definitely should be.
It should be 8 points. Yeah, with Chaos running double duty right now, streaming, recording, and commentating. It's may have slipped his mind, so we're kind of sorry about that. But thank you for highlighting that. You're very, very right. Of course, the MCOM count is 100% even. And we've got Rob Riding Wood positioned himself right on top of the terrace there, near the ballroom. Very comfortably just minding his own business, and I think it's a great spot for him, especially consider the big hole in the wall. Let's see if we can take advantage of it, because Austria already has planted under his watch. So surprising there. It must have been engaging other targets to not watch that MCOM. Because honestly, as a light tanker, that's a very easy position to defend on the MCOM, but we don't know. He could have been getting attacked by infantry and had to move. Interesting to note whose smoke that could have been. I would assume it was Austria's. It was That's 9 for Austria, and this is going to be a difficult position to defend. Maybe they have a lot of cover, the South Africans, because it is a building. There's a lot of ways into that building and a lot of routes for them to come in and attack the South Africans. And as soon as that building's cleared out, it's going to be pretty much game over because Austria is going to take over and plant. And they don't have to worry about so many flanks coming in. A50495 in a great corner camp there. Let's see if Clancy sees him. He hasn't, and he gets taken down, but not by him, but by Clown. So once they're in and they've got it planted, I think we're going to see, you know, South Africa really just has to prevent that entry and that successful plant to be, to get this final defense on. And a tree coming down again, this time by Red, Rob Ridingwood. I don't know. Did that limpet take out the tree before? I'm not sure, to be honest.
It took down this small tree or plant that used to be
yes, the little
to
bush
this one.
tree thing. Yeah, yes, I know what you mean. The potted plants or trees, which we see on Ballroom as well in the courtyard. We see them on quite a few maps, to be honest. It's an asset all of us that play this game should be easily recognized that we've used for cover. This could be South Africa's Alamo, if anyone is familiar with U.S. history. Don't forget the Alamo, defending to the last man. You know, there's a lot of flanking routes, and they have good opportunity to defend. But once Austria's in and planted... Oh, look, the light tanks joined them now, Rob Ridingwood. Now it's going to be really difficult for Austria to get into this building, because he can splash damage all over the place and around corners. So even hiding from cover might not be very helpful for them in there with the light tank.
Well, by defending this point successfully, South Africa guarantees that they have a chance to take the victory out of this. But if Austria manages to plant this and actually explode B, then the best case scenario for South Africa at that point would be a draw out of the match. So they're definitely going to try to defend this one as hard as they can.
Yeah, and it's getting quite thinned out in there. Yeah.
So
they've got enough people outside and inside, yeah.
Yes, they need to prepare for the advancing Australians.
This is what happened last time, though. On the previous MCOM at Butters, when we were in the last sector, they cleared out the sector, and then Austria regrouped and came in full force and got the plant. So let's see if that happens again. A bit different circumstances, obviously, with the placement of the building and the environment. Hate for you taking on 2v1 against a South African player now who's got the high ground.
Nice snipe by Ripien. Another one? No, it's also his teammate who killed him. But it's definitely seems to be a good choice for South Africans to be using as a scout player. He definitely has hit a lot of his shots. Just trying to look at his skills. 36 kills as a scout.
Very good, especially with a ping of 185 as a scout. That's impressive. And that's if he's been a scout the whole match. I haven't actually kept an eye on that, to be honest.
I think we might have
a lot of things going on here.
Nope.
Yeah. Tequila coming in. 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor, and he is down. But Rob Ridingwood coming in to make sure he takes everybody out, and I think he might have just got limpited. Yes, he did. 33 health, though. Quick repair, 52. Not bad. And the arm's happening, though. You're right, 100%. This could be a 10-0 game right now as of the end of round 1. Yep, he's got way too many around him, and he's gone flying out the front of the tank, and we've got 3 Austrians laying dead all around him. But we've got a quick look at this 3-man coming in from South Africa to get the defuse. They could totally get this right now. Awesome. Wow.
18
Both
tickets.
Sides.
Woo! And another clear.
That was, wow. That was really, really good.
17 tickets enough for Austria? We're about to see.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that was a really good convergence at the end from South Africa from both sides to get the defuse. They don't have a light tank, though, so it could be difficult. They have positioned themselves, though, on the furthest side of the building towards the Austrian spawn deployment point. Oh my lord, 4 South Africans already down. 5 South Africans already down. Austria's really giving them a hard time right now.
Ooh. 2 left. Well, they are spawning already, but they are really getting close. Dead.
They really need to start chucking some grenades there. Got one dead.
Dead.
Pepsi on the point dead. Wow, great job there. Mr. Tequila. That's right, we've got some comments there from Marcel and Vexy thinking that he doesn't think 75 tickets is too much. It tests the defensive side. Is too much versus evenly teams. You just rush push 24/7 you will get it.
Well, 10 tickets left. We'll see if Austria is able to get it.
Yeah, we've got 3 players there for South Africa to take out on the terrace. 4 players on the terrace, 5 players. Looks like they're just mustering up a big group of players to rush in with one final attempt here. Let's see if South Africa's aware of the play and if they can hear it and if they can counter it. Obviously, it's nice and easy to say as a commentator because we can see everything. Much different on the actual battlefield as a player. Oh boy, Downey Jr. coming in with the bar. Look at that, running through the defensive lines. 9 tickets left, and Africa wiped out. This could be the most amazing defensive comeback in the history of MCOMFEST, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're way too pinned down, and Austria's way too well positioned. Oh man, Clown could just do a ninja defuse. Let's see if it happens. Oh, no limits again.
Oh.
Taken out with a Russian award knife as well. Oh, man.
I think we might have a winner for this round.
Rob Ridingwood coming in a little bit too late, and it's 10-0. That was a... Wow. That was a roller coaster of emotions, that one. That was really, really tense. I think for both sides, even with the latencies, as I said a million times, that was a very, very well played game from South Africa. And Austria has done very strongly, finishing with 10 out of 10 possible points.
Yeah, that was a really good start of their final push for the MCOMs when they had only 19 tickets left. Was that in the middle section, not even any flanks going on, they managed to take 4 of those South Africans out. So that really gave them the advantage to just push and make the plant, and that's it. So yes, that was a really good play by them.
Very strong, very interesting, and I'm even more excited for the second round here on Amiens because I want to see South Africa go on the offensive. If they can bring even half of the strength they had defensively, they have a very good chance of going all the way here for a draw against Austria. Only a few seconds left before we're live again, and we're going to see an outstanding push, I think, here from South Africa. Let's see how well Austria positions themselves defensively on the first point, assuming we're going to see the light tank on the train tracks again attacking for Butters. But we'll see how they move and where they decide to go.
So yes,
Bear with me with the silence here. About 30 seconds left.
Yes,
I'm going to run.
South Africa
and get a quick glass of water. To
even the scores, and we'll see if they'll be able to do it. So, the best outcome for them is to get a draw out of this match. And the latencies are still looking the same as they did on the start of the round or match. And yes, it definitely are in the favor for Austrians, but to be honest, I didn't really see it as too much of an advantage based on just the kill-death ratios and how it seemed to be going as a match.
Oh, and we're spawned in, ready to go. Light tank. Let's see. I'm really interested in the light tank. I love to tank, and I've always liked to see competitive usage of any tank, or any vehicle for that matter. So I am a bit biased. Okay, let's...
Seems to be the Rush B is the first tactic to use by South Africans.
Yeah, Clown with a nice auto-loading kill there. And they're straight on to Butters. No mercy now. Let's see what Hate For You and Downey Jr. do. Take care of this situation with 4 South Africans, I apologize, take out. 2 South Africans in the building, moving in onto 2 Austrians. Grenade there with RSA, and ooh, that could have been an easy double there. Yeah.
And Rapin actually got killed
with his
AT, light AT grenade.
Yeah, I mean, lucky. It could have been worse. Obviously, we've got bans in place for incendiary and gas, so if that was an incendiary, that could have ended badly. Yeah, definitely got this one here. South Africa, very strong plant defend. It looks like they're putting most of their assets towards defending after the plant. Yeah.
Only lost 3 tickets before that happened, so they are looking strong for the next plant.
Wow, No Limits jumping on top of the MCOM to avoid that light anti-tank grenade. It actually worked. Well, that's really interesting to see. Look at that, another plant as well. Mr. Tequila coming in with a little peek to support No Limits. And Austria getting totally overrun here in the first sector. This could be a new record for us in Rush.
Yes, it definitely seems like South Africa managed to take both of the MCOMs without even losing 10 tickets.
Very impressive. And their light tank's still around to do some mad damage in the next sector here. Let's see if he's as confident as Austria's.
Or actually, no.
Oh no!
Chance for the defuse.
We called it too soon. Was it
no.
Commentators' curse didn't take hold that time. Sometimes it does, but we called it before it happened, but it did actually happen. So good there.
He was about to defuse it, but he was killed right at when he started to defuse. So
yeah, didn't have his EOD suit on, so you know, boom. Hurt locker. Austria's going to have a hard time, I think, here, but let's see if that was just beginner's luck with the momentum on the attack, or we're going to see that throughout the whole entire second round here in Amiens from South Africa with a strong offense. Looks like the light tank is choosing to go in for a deep flank here and support from behind enemy lines. MLE pistol doesn't see his enemy has gone outside. That could most possibly have been a latency issue for him. Downey Jr. just firing down the alleyway there, it looks like. Ridingwood with a kill. Tackleberry with a headshot to Hell Regal. And then Tackleberry getting taken out with the pistol.
Ooh, Clown coming in for the plant. Oh, he was spotted.
Oh, then does not notice the Austrian player in the corner there. That's taking him down. Ridingwood getting a little bit cautious around this corner. Can he take the medic out with ease? Too much for you. Acting as a spawn point, I would assume, before they make a concerted push. Downey Jr. the same. But Carpixie in the corner, oh boy. His time may have just come, and it has. If they can take out Downey Jr., it looks like this is going to be a great opportunity for South Africa to get their plant on Butters.
Tequila planting AT mines, and we'll see if the Austrian tank will be driving into them. Not this time, though.
The Austrian tank going in for a deep flank as well. Oh my god, double plant. The less of their offense at Apples, most of it at Butters. Amazing positioning. Look at that. 2 players at the end of the alleyway taking on the light tank. 3 in the middle by Butters, and another 3 over at Apples. Spread out quite well.
Gone.
Yeah, tank's out. Wow. Blue doors at Apples. He's on the point, defusing. Pepsi's coming in, though. Repent. Oh, no.
Just barely.
Oh, my lord. But they're not. They have had this. Oh, my lord. That was close, and Butters is gone, though. They had a good that they had 3 guys on Butters there, just in that small area defending. They stretched their forces out enough with the 2 plants to get more strength in one area versus the other, and it worked.
Oh, it seems like Rob Ridingwood shot his own mines, or his teammates' mines out of the way, just to be sure.
You gotta look. You can't blame him, man. You never know. You could just parked up on top of him, and enemy throws a grenade, and it's game over for you. Anti-tank mines are double-edged blade on the best of times.
Actually, wait. The team killing is on. I mean, the friendly fire is on, so it doesn't matter with the AT mines either, right?
Yeah, who's ever they are, they're gonna
Yes.
they're gonna hurt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting to see a team kill with
That could have
the AT
been very
method.
interesting. Well, interesting, but very painful for whoever it happened to. Planted apples, Tackleberry just camping there behind the most typical camp spot on that position, which doesn't mean it's a bad spot. It could actually be.
The diffusers went, but luckily there was the tequila.
1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, floor, taking them out. Boom. Moving on to the third sector, and they only lost 23 tickets on the second one, and like you said, less than 10 in the first. So this is really, really impressive, and I'm very glad that they're really showing their strength offensively as they were on the defense. It's just a shame that it's going to, at best, end in a draw. If they could have just defended that one last MCOM, they could have had the win. But let's hope we see them go to a draw. This will be a very strong match for them. And I think they'll be a very strong contender in MCOMFEST. Oh my god, no limits. Just ridiculous situation. ADS through the smoke, grenades flying, bullets past his head, and just held his ground. Did not retreat.
He got a headshot through the smoke there, which was caused by the sector change artillery strike. And I think he eventually got killed by that, so he was definitely too eager to get to the plant section or sector before he was really allowed to.
Yeah,
so
definitely wasn't taking the route of caution
by doing that.
Yeah, 100%. Tequila again being super aggressive, this time planting. Wow, proned out. He's got a lot of support from his team. Riding Wood as well at the back, just keeping an eye on the rest of his soft target infantry there, making sure they have a bit of support. Oh, and he's got a land ships coming into play. Here we go. Mixing things up a bit.
That is actually against the rules. You're only supposed to be using the light tank, so... Well, they just ditched it, so I don't know if they got any kills with it, but they have
I don't know either, but let's see what happens here.
Limpets on it, so they definitely have acknowledged that they are not doing it by the book, so they are trying to get rid of it.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. I was just blown away. They're mixing things up a little bit too much there. Let's see if South Africa highlights that. And that could potentially be a win for them if they do, and it is registered as a rule breakage.
I did not spot any kills with it, but I definitely might be wrong, so...
Yeah, well, it's not up to us to decide.
Yes.
But could it potentially lead to a victory for South Africa if that rule is enforced?
Well, you technically lose 2 points every rule breakage that you do, so... Yeah, but also at the same time, the other team needs to report the rule breakage that has happened.
That's right. They need to report the rule breakage, and there has to be a member of the opposing team that took part in the match, I believe, that has to do the reporting. And there has to be evidence as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
so
it requires video proof of the incident that happened. So
yeah, and doesn't necessarily have to be from their own point of view. It can be from going onto Twitch and going onto the stream and clipping a bit of the stream from Twitch and providing that as evidence as well. So we're always there for posterity.
Yes. So now Rob Riding Wood with his tank pushing up here and
blown away by that land ship, though. I can't get over it. I'm sorry, but I mean, this actually gives South Africa an opportunity to win. If that gets counted as a rule breakage, and they go all the way with 10 captures, they could win 10-8. So, wow. Sorry.
So let's correct the points. It's 6 for South Africa now. But yes, that definitely seemed like to give an advantage for South African. Might have been that little mishap for Austrian side. So,
like you said, it all depends if they got that kill with it, though. If it just spawning in with it doesn't constitute a rule breakage. Terry81 even commentating in the chat there on the stream. Oh my god, a wrong tank.
Yeah, accidents happen, of course.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's hard to distinguish. I mean, at the same time, though, a land ship's quite different to a light tank. Kind of hard to confuse, but in the heat of battle, things like that happen. It can sometimes be a wrong button press, and you slide over to the wrong tank, and, you know, by the time you realize, you jump out, and, yeah. Let's hope for Austria's sake that doesn't lose them the match if South Africa goes all the way, and which is looking very probable. Royal limits. Ooh, no limits. Nice. Wow, with a drop shot. That was really good. And he's still pushing, not even waiting for health. It looks like to be with a very strong assault player.
Oh,
yeah, that
health
light
left.
Oh my god!
Kill.
I got a bit of a latency there, but I didn't see it. Holy crap. Yeah, he's a very confident, strong pusher. And as you were saying before, he was a bit too keen to get forward, and the artillery killed him. But he clearly is showing his strength right now. Super Rambo, no limits. Definitely a no limits player. So his name is well earned. And dies in the corner like a true soldier. Yeah. Does what he needed to do. Went there and got the arm. Yeah. And even if they don't get the arm, destroy the MCOM, that's going to draw a lot of Austrian players off the offensive lines back to do a defuse, so it's always great to get to see an arm, regardless of whether the point blows up or not.
Ooh.
Oh my lord, no limits, back on it, just respawned and he's fresh and ready to take some lives.
And surprise,
look at him, he's really looking for the grenades as well. He's like a grenade magnet, but he's just like, nope, nope, nope.
Well, he is running the flag specialization, so he is getting reduced damage from the grenades or explosives.
Yeah.
But
imagine if he was running Juggernaut as well and had that gas mask on and he had the 30% flak reduction.
I don't really see people using that specialization. I mean,
no, not often.
Who really gets the time to put up their gas mask in order to?
Sure.
I mean, of course, you
would have to be very hardcore.
Yeah, you would.
You would literally like sacrificing ADS for hip fire and an extra 20% of explosive defense. So 30% of it, and I mean a Hell Eagle is definitely a viable option to go hip fire with. Shotguns much more, but not a competitive obviously since they are banned.
Also with the situation with it, I mean, if a grenade is thrown by you and you throw the gas mask on, and to survive the grenade impact little bit further or better, so then you're there with your gas mask on and already damaged, and the enemy definitely knows where you are. So how is that a good situation for you? Now you need to take the gas mask off that you're able to engage to the person that's coming after you, most likely in full health, and you're in a really bad situation, even though you might have absorbed a little bit out of the grenade explosion out. So I don't really see it as a viable.
Don't see it being a win-win in any scenario.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe versus tanks, maybe, but we've got an arm at apples, and it's going to be really difficult, I think, here for Austria to get the defuse, because the South Africans have already gotten to the Overwatch building there. But yeah, I think it might be strong against tanks, since that's very niche, and you can hip fire the AT rocket once you're prone, and in most case scenarios, unless you're firing... When you're firing from long range with AT rocket against a tank, you won't really need the gas mask, but probably good to use against the light flanker tank if you have the gas mask on with flak. 30% reduction might let you survive more barrages of those explosive case shells. And then we've got a complete, a successful arm and MCOM destruction from South Africa, 8 to 10. So wow, and they only lost 28 tickets this time, so not bad at all. Very strong, and I think Austria here with only 5 tickets left before they got the plant on the last round in that sector. Tackleberry making a strong push here.
That might be true.
Yeah, it might have been 5 or 19, or it might have been 5 on the last sector and 19 on the previous. But definitely doing a lot stronger.
Answered this question already, but I noticed it earlier. So there was the Illusion on Twitch, asking on our chat that if we're going to be focusing on incursions when that's out. So yes, we definitely are going to be focusing on incursions whenever that's going to be dropped out.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's going to be built specifically with competitive in mind, so it's exactly what Battlefield Nations is going to be focusing on. Ad Astra probably very happy to back in his light tank here, and a ricochet from an AT rocket, backing it up, trying to get a bit more cover so he can still engage and maybe repair.
Definitely
dropping some AT mines as well. Yeah, focusing on the MCOM, and that's exactly what he should be doing. Austria positioned well on the terrace.
Yes, they managed to defuse.
Yeah, already 10 tickets down, so Repping's beautiful with a headshot there. Some smoke at apples. Kind of tense situation right now with these last 2 MCOMs, and it could go to a draw. interesting to see how it's going to end. I mean, South Africa's just phenomenally performed here on the second offensive round. And I say phenomenally because they've had to overcome a huge latency disadvantage. And we've got a plant on apples, and we've still... Oh, and there's a defuse from... Yeah. I saw that Austrian there, and I thought, why did I even finish that sentence? He was already proned out defusing.
Rob Riding Wood, it seems to be is working as a spawn point, even though none of his squad mates are dead.
Oh dear.
Oh, now they are.
Oh dear. Clown. Oh dear. Clown's like, I'll get... No, you won't. Just skipped. Clown finally taking out the perpetrator of those murders, yeah. The serial killer's been taken down.
He has been
Clown
avenged.
doing the right thing. Yeah. Definitely been avenged. And he's got strength now in numbers at Butters. Did we see a little cheeky teabag there from South Africa? Looked like a little cheeky teabag by the MCOM as they were planting. At Astra, backing it up with the light tank. Probably trying to get eyes on people inside of the ballroom here. Riding Wood with the MLE, I believe. Oh, no, that's the... Takashina pistol. Yeah, that's right. The Takashina pistol. I can't pronounce it.
That's not that, brother.
What is that? That's secret. You guys can't see that.
Yeah, it's a Taschen pistol.
Taschen pistole. Taschen pistole. Mustache pistole. Oh boy, Riding Wood running away from a grenade there.
We got a point.
Wow, yeah, another destruction here from Africa. 52 tickets left, absolutely devastating right now. Much stronger offensively than Austria on all sectors, if I'm not mistaken. We can always go back and review that if I am wrong.
South Africa definitely has steamrolled over this map quite well.
Yeah, choo. Man, and they've already planted on apples, and Austria's just, look at this. 3v1 Repinks, Riding Wood, Tequila, taking out that Austrian there. Who was it? 1978.
When you said choo-choo, I could already see how someone is going to take that into a clip and edit the Thomas the Tank Engine meme audio.
Choo-choo! They could get the Behemoth from Amiens as well and put it in there, because you do get it on T12 Conquest.
Alright.
Wow, I think that South
like
Africa's
the
really
South African tank
choo-choo mother trucker, 10-10.
Wow.
Wow. We have a draw and potentially a win if that landship did actually get any kills. But then again, there could have been more rule breakages. If South Africa really want to take this to the next level, they should go back, review this whole match, and see if they can find any rule breakages and get that win. Hey, if I were them, I would totally go for it. Why not? They need every advantage they can get with overcoming such a phenomenally high latency and being so strong. I mean, super hats off to them. Oh my God.
Yes.
32-9. 29-3. Look at those KDs. That's smashing it, man. I wish I had a train whistle doot, doot, that I could blow, because, yeah. Sorry, Austria. I love you too, guys. I mean, you guys did an amazing job as well. But you got steamrolled there on that second round, bros.
Yes, so definitely the rules only mention about the kills with the banned weapons or vehicles. So, well, I personally didn't see any kills to be made with the tank, but if they did, then the points might change from here. But based on
that's right, with any bad weapon or gadget. Yeah, I didn't see any weapons or gadgets. Yeah. I didn't see any weapons or gadgets using other than that landship. But then again, so much goes on. But I highly doubt there were any other. And obviously, Austria addressed it very quickly straight away. And Austria isn't the type of team to actually... They take rules very seriously. And I highly doubt that that ended... So I think this is going to end in a draw. And our next match is at 9 p.m. GMT, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It's in an hour, yes.
In an hour. So yeah, actually, that's 7 p.m. GMT, and that's 9 p.m. UTC plus 2, which is finish time, and whatever other countries are in that time zone. If you're in Western Europe, you're looking at, and most of Eastern Europe, you're looking at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. for GMT, and then anything from finish time zone onwards, 9 p.m. So 10 and 10, very strong, and we got there in the end. No one got killed by landship. We can hear that from BFNations Austria official. And then Marcel again saying, so 75, not many kills. Yeah, it was a phenomenal match to commentate and to spectate, I think, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Rush has totally been a great experience, I think. 23% of our matches played now, as you can see from tournament up there in the top. I'm not sure if we have a post-game interview lined up.
Yes, we do. So we're going to take a few minute break,
Lovely.
and then we are going to go for the interviews.
Yeah, I'm pale grey, all dust and fade. When I call for you, all I hear back is pain. Every song must end, even diamonds fade. When the darkness comes, I'll count up my mistakes. We were the thunder and the lightning, burning fire that started from a spark. I would spend you just to watch you twirl. It was us against the world. You were the rain falling on my skin. Yeah, I was dying when you pulled me in. I was your rebel and you were my girl. It was us against the world. We were the thunder and the lightning. I was your rebel and you were my girl. It was us against the world.
Welcome back to the post-game interview with South Africa versus Austria on MCOMFEST Amiens. We saw an amazing match, and with us we have xCaLLaWaYx for Team Austria.
Hey guys.
And Tackleberry from South Africa. That's my really bad clap there for you. Thanks for joining us, guys. And apologies, it took a few seconds longer there to get the interview started, but we're glad you're still with us. Well, where do I begin? First of all, congratulations to both of you ending on a draw. That was an amazing performance. Chaos and I had more than enough content to address. There were some amazing plays, really close diffuses, very close sectors. I think at one point, Austria, you had 5 tickets left and you managed to pull it off.
Yeah.
Congratulations to South Africa to deal with that latency and perform so well. exceeding my expectations. Even I was like, oh, I really want to see you go all the way, and you did. So I don't even know, Chaos, where should we begin? So many questions, I'm sure, from the viewers and from ourselves.
Well, the first one I would want to ask about is how did you feel about latency difference to be advantage or disadvantage, or how would you describe it? So, let's start with the Austrian side. ChaosZake, go ahead and what do you think?
I didn't play, but I heard
Yes.
from my guys that the ping issue was real. Let's call it like that. So they had difficulties with the hitboxes, and it wasn't easy. But I'm sure it wasn't easy for South Africa as well. So
Yeah. No, it's definitely not easy for us. In the BFN front lines that we played, we were able to get one RSP server to play. I think it was back to Hull, and we noticed as soon as we switched to the South African server, it was so much easier for us, like way easier. Most of our guys ping above 200, and I'm sure I've heard when out of region players come in, they do cause a bit of lag on the server. I've experienced it on the South African servers when a European player comes in. Somewhat like spongy, but end of the day, in South Africa we've been playing on EU servers since Bad Company 2. So
yes, you're used to it.
Yeah, you were born in
It's
the lag.
but yeah, it is what it is. We have servers in South Africa with just DICE has not given us the option for RSP. So
Dice,
we got
feedback,
public
listen.
But yeah, other than that, it was a great game. It was wow.
It was a
can't
nail
believe-
biter. It was amazing.
Yeah.
That was
I mean,
amazing,
like,
man. I don't have to cut my nails this week. They're done.
On the second set of defending, when our Rob Ridingwood, our tanker dropped and left the tank on the MCOM that we were defending, that was like quite a bummer because we thought we actually set up a good defense there, but without, and he dropped. So that was a bit of a bummer, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, good
speaking
game,
of
yeah.
defense, man, with you guys, South Africa really set up an amazing defense in the first round, and and you really drew them out. You really drew Austria out to their last moments. And Austria, at one point there in the last, the sector before last, I think it was at Butters, they stopped for a moment, regrouped, waited, and got in there and got it. And I think they had only 5 tickets left. And then on the other hand, when you were offensive, you just steamrolled through Austria. And I think the lowest point in ticket-wise, you got to about 50 tickets, or maybe 48. So I think 28 tickets is the most you lost on a sector. So even taking latency into account, very strong performance from you, from both of you teams, from both of the teams. And how did you feel? This is directly, Kelly, I know you didn't play. You might not have this info from your teammates yet or team members. How did it feel to be on that, I think, sector before last and just have 5 tickets left? What is your team usually like? Do they just calm down in the face of adversity and regroup? Or?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I hope that they stayed calm and try to play it in a sorted manner, so to say. But I don't know. I can only imagine that they were trying to calm each other down. A few were a bit nervous, I guess, in that situation. But yeah, they pulled it off.
Yeah, and Tackleberry, on the other hand, how did you feel there when they had about 5 tickets left? Did you feel that, oh man, this is it, we've got them?
Well, we actually did. We thought, okay, set up defense. And then I think what you mentioned about them stopping and regrouping, I think that's what they did there on that 5 tickets because they bombarded us. And we weren't expecting it because we were getting attacks from left, right, some from behind. And it was 1 or 2 players at a time. But at that last moment where they had that little tickets, it just felt like everybody was there for Austria. And it overwhelmed us, so we couldn't defend it.
Yeah, and that's a really strong defensive position. You have an Overwatch right by the MCOM where you can just lay down prone and look at it. You've got the shop front underneath for cover. Then you have that across the street. You have that other Overwatch building where you can watch anyone flanking in from the alleyways. So it's a strong defensive position. And then as soon as an offensive team gets into that strong defensive position and takes you out, it's hard for you to get back in.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to get back in, actually.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And same thing with the last sector as well, that ballroom. We've seen both Austria and South Africa coming in, laying down AT rockets, boom, blow the wall up, make sure there's openings. We even seen light tanks in there. And it was just crazy in terms of the first round on that last sector with only 19 tickets left. And I've got to bring up the elephant in the room, the massive land ship that showed up at one point.
Fuck me.
I didn't even know about it until the game finished, and I heard someone say it on the stream, and I didn't even know. But they didn't kill anybody with it, so no harm, no foul.
I mean, luckily, because that could have ended in a win for you guys, South Africa. I was kind of like, South Africa's got it. And then I was like, there's been no kills with it. And I don't think we saw any other rule breakages throughout, to be honest. But then again, that's not our job as commentators to, it's up to the teams to go and self-report.
But before I joined you, everybody in the party chat was confirmed that nobody was killed by a land ship. So.
No, and as Chaos said, Austria very quickly addressed the issue and limited their land ship themselves. So, but it's always funny to pick on people when they make a mistake, isn't it?
I was wondering did that really make a disadvantage for Austria for that sector? Because now they need to focus on getting that tank out of the map as quick as they can. And at the same time when that happened, I think it was the fastest sector out of there was. So. Even though the first sector was under 10 tickets. But yes, for South African attack, but yes.
Definitely took some attention away from the MCOMs, because as we saw, Hate, I think, was limpet in it, so yeah. And since he's quite a strong player, so he would have been more needed on the MCOM rather than destroying a tank.
Indeed.
So yeah. But yeah, it is as it is.
So are you, in terms of preparation for these games, obviously Rush is new to the Battlefield Nations competitive kind of scene. How did you prepare? Are most of your players T5, T12? What backgrounds do they come from? Or did they play Rush in previous franchises of the Battlefield? I guess I'll start with xCaLLaWaYx, and then we can go on to
we have absolutely no experience in Rush, to say so. So this was actually our second competitive match. We got destroyed by Holland this week, and but we tried to take as much info out of this game, and we watched the streams obviously, and tried to find our own sort of tactics for attacking and defense. Didn't work that well as we saw, but yeah. So we're completely new in this Rush game mode. We're all playing T5 or T8 front lines, but that's it.
Yeah, it's the same for us. Pretty much what he said is the same for us. We've never played a competitive Rush game in Battlefield 1. As a group, none of us have ever played together, actually. It's only Rob Ridingwood and Reppin that play in the same team as me. The rest of the guys we've never played with.
Wow. Hats off to you guys. Seriously.
Well, maybe that's where the strength came from. No preconceptions of how you should work together, and everything just gelled and emerged, and you adapted according to each other's strengths and weaknesses. Who knows? Maybe the more you play together, the worse you'll be, but I doubt that's the case. But you never know. Human psychology can be a strange thing.
I hope that's not the case.
No, I hope not. None of us hope so. But, it's very possible that the first time playing together and you guys had what a lot of people call beginner's luck, right? But that was so very interesting to hear from both of you with not much risk experience to have such an exciting match. And it sounds like both of you guys are really happy with the performance of both of your teams, and really kind of have respect for each other as teams as well.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It was definitely a nail biter.
focusing on the Group D that you have landed yourself in. So alongside your two teams, there is also Finland and Portugal, and both of you will be facing those. One of them next weekend. So how are you going to be preparing for those matches?
Yeah, we play Portugal next weekend.
Yeah, and
We're trying to
play
avoid
against
Finland.
Winland.
We're happy that Finland's the last game because Finland is never nice to play against.
That's gonna be a tough game.
No, I know. Finland is crazy. I don't know.
Yes.
Special talent in that country. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's in the water.
Yeah, maybe it's their neighbors with Sweden, and they just like need to prove the that's a bitter rivalry.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like Battlefield is the national pastime of Finland at this point. They've been doing it for 15 years, and they've been doing it very well. Maybe they'll make it their national sport at the Olympics.
Yeah,
But I can't disagree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, if we take a look at the clan division that we had in Division 1, so it's too easy. Bro, I think they're mainly they are Portuguese people in that clan, so there's definitely some of those players who are attending this tournament. And on the Finnish side, there's the Finnish Popa Heroes, so some of those players will be attending also. So
Yes,
they're top teams from the
FPH
Division
is
1.
a very strong team, yeah.
yes.
Yeah, and for the little time that I do get to spend on Discord and with some of the comp players playing a bit of pub and whatnot, anytime I hear FPH, it's usually people being very, very salty about their experiences playing against them. So yeah, they always bring some strength to the table for sure.
Yeah, I think we can thank both of you for the interview for today, and thanks for the match and GG's.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you
definitely.
very much.
Guys.
I think with the passion and everything we have here, we could probably talk all night. Although we do have another match to prepare for, and I'm sure you guys want to all go congratulate yourselves and your team members and one another for excellent performance. So thank you very much for joining us, guys, and thank you for the amazing gameplay. Let's see if we get any clips out of that Twitch stream with people. Let's not hope we get a clip of that landship coming in and it going meme viral. But GG and GG from Pepsi and Kevin GTKP in the chat for everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you shortly.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
we
Thanks,
definitely-
guys.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you, Takeaway. Thank
Thanks.
you, Thank you, Chaos. Thanks for everybody watching. Speak
Yes,
to you soon.
so
See you soon. Bye.
about half an hour, we'll be back with the
About
Finland
30 minutes,
versus
yeah.
Portugal.
So don't worry, it won't be gone long.
Yes. See you then.
See ya.